wanting to support the pro scene, that not only are you fans of it, but it's important. And so there's some kind of key feeling differences that kind of go into this conversation. Like, there's no vehicle hard spawns in ranked mode, but that's a key feature in the pro scene. Is that stuff that's planned? Is that a place that we want to keep the randomness in the more casual ranked mode compared to pro scene? Like, why not just duplicate their settings?
Well, there's two. And so first, you have to understand that like the majority of players have never played Super, for instance. And, when this game came out, I mean, we were saying it's a survival, a version of like a survival game, right? So in survival, a lot of this randomness is the interesting thing. So there's still tons of players who actually just play for that. So, when we were bringing this out, we're also really introducing the sort of fair meta to people who have never played it anymore. And like I said earlier, we're introducing squad mode, and we're actually somehow, even maybe lightly encouraging FPP, because that's the way that esports is played. So, there was a lot of kind of issues with that. And I don't know, Maynard, what do you think?
Sorry, there was an ambulance driving by my house. So I'll need to hear the question again.
Yeah.
There's always something when podcasting, like someone forgets their phone. My water softener is currently going off in the background, so it's fine. What we were talking about, Maynard, was the in supporting the competitive scene, but more than that was, why are there differences between what the competitive scene is? Like, hard vehicle spawns was the issue that I brought up. Like, why isn't that in the ranked mode? And then Corrigan talked about the super settings for loot and circles, and why maybe FPP is being favored in ranked right now, just because it does kind of mirror the competitive scene. So that's the line we were going down.
What I want to make clear here is that ranked is not a shipped product. Ranked is a living system. And if you've played other competitive games, and I keep going back to the League example because it's like the world's most played game, but you can expect there's regularly going to be updates to the balance of things, to the types of content that's in there. The maps might change, the weapons might change, the vehicle hard spawns might change, the way the points for teams are calculated might change. In fact, you should expect these things, because it's a rank system. And a rank system that doesn't challenge you, force you to adapt, reimagine how you play the game on a semi-regular basis is sort of stagnant, right? You sort of even need that sort of mixing up things on a seasonal or semi-seasonal basis in order to cause players to like adapt and grow. Otherwise, they might get stuck on, the M4 and the Mini. Why would I ever learn any other gun? Suddenly the barrel is good now. Why don't you give that a shot? Like that sort of thing. So yes, we could see.
Yeah, thanks for ruining the
M4,
spawns. Maynard.
Yeah, that was me personally. I went down there and just didn't like it. Good gun, but looks kind of ugly to me. So barrel's the new sexiness. What can I say?
Right. I also need more 6x spawns near me, by the way. So if you could get that done.
Yeah, so I mean, we're educating players as part of the job of this is to educate them what the esports meta is like. We want more people to be into esports. We love the pros. We love the pro scene. We want more people to be into it. But just the frank truth is most people had never tried it. We also ran several labs tests, and it was really hard from the data that we got from labs tests to see like overwhelming support for a certain type of settings. And I think as we went along, we kind of even figured out that wasn't even exactly, the most valuable data that we got out of labs. It was some of the balance data as well as probably what the, as well as maybe sparking the conversation about the settings. I think that was probably one of the most valuable things that internally came out of the labs tests.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's really supporting the scene. And like Maynard said, it needs to evolve every single season, and it will evolve. And so it's more like, I think people should more look at the direction it's heading, as well as just the status of it today. Because I think it's pretty clear, we are definitely trying to take it more towards the esports settings. We want it to be a path to pro. That's a really important design consideration. So, hopefully they can see the spirit of of where we're taking them.
Right.
And,
yeah. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and it's a conversation with players too. We are out there talking about this all the time. We are collecting feedback, but it's the typical problem with PUBG is that different people want different things. So the more time I think we have with the system, the more like people try it and the more sort of aligned people get on where it is today. That's actually going to make the conversation about where we take it for the future like even more valuable and productive.
Thanks for checking out this segment of the Winner Winner podcast. Be sure to check out the full show at youtube.com/xpmedianow or the audio-only version everywhere podcasts are downloaded.